everyone, welcome back. It's Rachel with Living the Journal Life, and today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to catch up in my memory planner. I'm using Avalon and Ninth 7x9 and some $2 Tuesday stickers from Sweet Kawaii Design, and then some stickers that I just printed myself. I just resized them to 1.5 inches to fit in the columns, and then I print them out on a big 8.5 by 11 sheet. Usually I can get about 2 weeks on a sheet. And then I pull out my Hobonichi cousin because this is last year. I'm a little bit catching up. I got COVID at the end of last year and it just threw everything out the window. I was so tired afterwards. So we're playing catch up. And I really like to show you guys a normal week. I don't want to show you any weeks that have anything super exciting going on with them. Obviously, I do like to throw those in every once in a while, but I think that there's something sort of magical about using those pictures that you snap every day of your cats or your dogs or your kids or just those everyday moments. I feel like we don't make as big of a deal out of those. I feel like those can be exciting and romantic and lovely. It doesn't have to be a big vacation or a big day where you did something special or a perfect date. Just, I don't know. I'm a big advocate for embracing these small moments that are just like everyday life. So that's what I wanted to show you this week, and I find these $2 Tuesday sheets are perfect for it because I can get at least 2 weeks out of them, and I buy a lot of, I buy 2 sheets of the half boxes. I used to do 1 sheet of half boxes and 1 sheet of quarter boxes, but I find that when I'm writing in my memory planner, I have more to say than a quarter box. So I stopped bothering with those because I just wasn't using them, and then they were piling up. And this is obviously October of last year, right before Halloween. I was still tired and recovering from my post-COVID slump and just wanted to show you what my Hobonichi looks like because I take so many detailed notes of my day on the daily pages. I don't need anything else. But sometimes if my daily page is just a blank, I'll pull out my 5-year journal because that's, 3 sentences that sort of summarize the day as succinctly as possible. And because each week will be different with how many photos that I have. Some weeks I take tons of photos and I can't even fit them all in, and some weeks I'm very, very short. This was sort of a medium week, and so I thought it would be a good week to show you. There's some days where I only have 1 picture, but there's some days where I have 3 or 4 pictures. So this is just sort of what I do, and if I have something big, like on Monday, I saw my rheumatologist for the first time, and we were trying, that's when the figuring out this diagnosis started October of last year, and we finally figured it out. It took months and months, but it's gout. It's very weird gout, and now we're finally treating it. So it was a long journey. I think that I first noticed the symptoms about a year before I got the diagnosis. So it's a long time for gout to build up, but nobody, even after we knew, looked at it and goes, oh yeah, that's gout. It's very strange presentation. Usually you have something in your feet, not your hands, and my feet are perfectly fine. So, So when I don't have a ton of pictures, it's a lot of writing and notes about the day, and I don't have to be very precious. Sometimes I take my time and make my writing very nice looking. Sometimes like this, I just write. It's fine. It doesn't have to be beautiful. This is just for me. This is me looking back on everyday life and going, wow, I remember that day. And I love that Jade snuggled me like that. And this was when I had first got my electric blanket, I think. Oh no, that didn't happen until Christmas. Once I got an electric blanket, let me tell you, the cats just followed me around the house with it. If I was in the living room with it, they were in the living room. If I was in the bedroom, they were in the bedroom. That is if you want to be a cat magnet, get yourself an electric blanket. That's my tip of the day. So I'm just going to let you guys watch my process for a little bit, and I will come back in as I have some things to share, because really I just wanted you to see how I do it, how I find the stickers, how long it takes me. This is sped up, but just slightly, so it's almost real time. I'm not going to make you guys sit through real time because that is slow. I'm glacially slow. But I thought I'd just put on some music and let you guys have fun, and I'll be back in a bit. Hey guys, it's me again. So this is where I wanted to come in when I have a day that has at least 3 pictures. Even if I do them in a square size like this, then the amount of writing I can do about the day becomes much smaller. So I really have to sort of pick and choose. And if there's a day when I have like 5 pictures that I want to use, I will pick the top 3 or 4, depending on if they're square or rectangular. I think most of the pictures that I had in here I had already posted them on Instagram, so they were square. But if I have some in rectangular, sometimes that's only like 2 or 3 because they're about the size of a full box. So I really have to play with spacing and making sure that I don't use too many words on that day. And then if I have too many, what I do is I put the extra on the monthly page as sort of like a little photo bomb. And that works out really fun because I get to still look at the pictures, especially since, I mean, let's face it, they're probably just my cats being cute. So I get to see those days with my cats being cute, and I still get to see those pictures, but they're not, I don't need that many on the same day, sort of a thing. So it seems to work out the same if you have, pets or children or somebody that you take a lot of pictures of, even if you have just a hobby that you tend to take lots of pictures of. If you have overflow, then definitely utilize that monthly page because it ends up being a really great place to just sort of photobomb and make it be really fun and sort of festive and just look at all of the moments of the month sort of thing. So that's just how I deal with extra photos. And sometimes like this one, it's rectangular, so you really can only have 3 max, and they take up like the whole column. So this is still a very abbreviated way, and if I was doing this every day, if I had one of those tiny small printers that did the photos individually, or you could do like 4 photos at a time, I could very easily do this daily. And I know Books and Planners on Instagram, Darshell, she does her memory keeping like on the daily, and that it would take maybe 5 minutes. So it wouldn't be as much of a time sink, because when I sit down to do a week, it takes me between 20 and 30 minutes, mostly because I'm slow like molasses, but it does take a good 20 or 30 minutes. So if I was doing this daily, it would only be a quick little 5-minute jaunt, and the 20 to 30 minutes isn't counting like the time it takes to put the pictures together. So that probably adds another 5 to 10 minutes of my time. So it is a little bit of time when you're doing it a week at a time. That's all I'm saying. If you have one of those fancy little tiny printers, you might be able to do this on a daily basis, and then it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Also, I just wrote down that I had to power wash the stairs in the October. Don't do that. Do it in the summer when all of the moss easily comes off your stairs. In the Pacific Northwest, we have moss everywhere, and it gets really slippery in the winter, so you want to power wash it off your stairs. And I waited way too long, and the moss became hardy again, and oh, it was such a pain. So I'm very much looking forward to this year doing it in the summer at the proper time when it doesn't really have that grip anymore and it just comes right off. I'm looking forward to it. And this is another day coming up with 3 pictures. So I won't have a ton of space to write, but I liked all the pictures and I wanted to show off my manicure and the sunset and my kitties, you know, all the important things. Glow in the dark manicures, cats being silly. So I wanted to give you guys a little, hopefully, inspiration on just recording your daily lives, because you don't have to do it in this format. I used to do it with all kinds of instant printers when I was younger, and just a bullet journal, and just doing pictures when they make you happy, and just writing a little bit about your day. It's amazing how fun it is a few years later to look back at your daily life. We just don't get that sort of record with pictures, and we take all these pictures with our cell phones, so it's really nice to actually do something with them. And so anyway, I hope you guys, more memory keeping, average mundane stuff, do it. And tag me, especially on Instagram, or come leave me a note. I did a video I want to watch. I'm here for it. On these spreads, I like to do a sort of recap in the sidebar, because I don't need to keep any track of any sort of habits or anything like that. So I just do like a general feeling of how the week went, and then like a highlight, a low light, something funny, just a little sort of weekly recap. And it's a bit harder to do those when you're months and months in the future. So if you're going to do those accurately, let me tell you, it's much easier when you're on time. I'm currently working on the current time as well as going back and filling in last year, because if you just do last year, then by the time you get to this year, it's next year, and that's a whole thing. So first I do the current year, and then I do a little bit of catch up. So that's going to work for me. Anyway, thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed this. I wanted to show you all of the stickers that I've used and what I have left over for the next week that I use this kit. $2 Tuesday is a great, great deal, let me tell you. And so yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching.